I'm Marvin. You're
Hello and welcome to Rotary today. It's been a while. See if I can remember how to do this. We will start our day today with the Pledge of Allegiance, the four-way test, patriotic song, a virtue reading by Cindy, an invocation by Mark. And we'll do announcements and fellowship and then keep it fast. Then we'll be back to the dad joke and our speaker says will. So, everybody in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Set the memories. Is it the truth? Is it fair to fall and serve? Will it build friendships? Will it be beneficial to all and serve?
Today we're going to talk about gratitude. Gratitude is a constant attitude of thankfulness and appreciation for life as it unfolds. Living in the moment, we are open to abundance around us and within it. We express appreciation freely. We contemplate the richness of our life. We feast on the beauty. We notice small graces and are thankful for daily gifts. In life's trials, we seek to understand, to accept, and to learn. Gratitude is the essence of genuine happiness. It is a virtue we can never have too much of. Gratitude is a continual celebration of life. Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is a spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. In the practice of gratitude, I'm grateful for my life. I perceive the blessings in each moment. I continually express appreciation. I reflect on the good things in life. I find value in my test. I celebrate abundance. I am happy. I'm thankful for the gift of gratitude. It is the magnet of my joy.
Thank you, Cindy. Pastor Mark.
Take a second to think of something right now. We have to be grateful. Too hard, right? God Almighty, we thank you. All the things that we have to be thankful for. Lord, we pray that these moments that we have today are filled with not just thanksgiving, not just thanks, but with thanksgiving. We give thanks. So bless this time we have today. Thank you for all the ways that we can work together to create a better community. As we see this world become better. We love you. Thank you. Your name.
Mark? Up announcement. First, we. Do you wanna, did you have to tell our people about the follow-up here?
Sure, just quickly, this garden that well, put in Cambodia. Another picture, I think. Did you see this baby? Okay, they sent us this past week, a picture of their garden and what they're growing. And there's 5 or 6 pictures of the wonderful vegetables that they're growing. And this gives me goosebumps to think what we did, all of us did in that country for 550 kids per family. It's outstanding. They have a big water, the families have a big water. They have a food to eat now, their lunch break, have a cafeteria to eat it in. And this is what you did, folks. And it's just absolutely wonderful. The other thing I want to bring to your attention is that I put one of these on each table. This is a document that Teresa Barnes put together for Plant Pocket Prairie. Every child that gets a plant, 350 kids, will get a prairie plant. They'll get this to take home with them. And next year that Jefferson School will translate it into Somali and Spanish so that each child can take it home and make a plant. Thank you.
Do we have any other announcements today, Murray?
Starting next week, we will have beginning of our annual cash raffle. Each of you will get a book of 15 tickets, $20 each to sell. Money goes towards our Strive scholarships. And we'll have 2 months to sell these tickets with the drawings being on the last Wednesday, June 28th. At the installation of our next president, we'll all the same day. So yes, the tickets will be handed out next week.
Thank you, Murray. Anyone else? Brenda will be.
So I sent it out to Murray and I mentioned it at the board meeting today. The representatives in the House are working on changes to ETAPs, which will definitely affect our profit on what we get in for our gambling. And so please pay attention to the news, please read that email, please reach out to your representatives because it's definitely going to affect what our profits are going forward. And if it passes, it will be effective July 1st. So please watch for that. It was in the news this morning. So tonight it should be again, so please watch.
So this Friday, the diversity committee will be participating in serving our Somali neighbors at Eid, which is being held at the Faribault High School. It begins at 8 o'clock. The diversity team will be there at 7 to help set up. I just wanted to really encourage, even if you're not on the diversity committee or if you're part of this group and we're wanting to encourage diversity in our group, it was a great opportunity to be leaders in our community and go to places that maybe make us feel a little uncomfortable sometimes and be the ones who would take the first step in bridging that gap. And so going to Eid would be a great opportunity, a very safe space to explore about another culture.
Okay, just a quick announcement, and I'll be seeking votes for the charitable giving. So the charitable giving committee met a few weeks ago, and we reviewed pending requests for the Faribault Rotary Youth Services charitable gambling requests, and we moved forward with our recommendation to the prize board for 3 different programs. And the prize board has approved those, so we're seeking full approval on these, and they are, so our budget was $15,000, and it's allocated as follows: $10,000 to Faribault Early Childhood Education for preschool programming, including ready for kindergarten classroom supplies. $2,500 to supply our children for backpacks and school supplies for Faribault youth. And $2,500 to the Faribault Strength and Speed Program for summer conditioning for middle school and high school students. So $15,000 total. So I'm seeking approval for these three programs. So can I get a motion to approve these three? Keith? One second. Laura? Any questions? All those in favor?
Thank you, Natalie. Any other announcements for the club today? All right, hand it over to Mark for fellowship. Thank you.
Wonderful. I don't see any visitors on our list today, but I think we may have a visitor. You brought a visitor today, with your hand. Good to see you. So introduce us to the visitor.
And this is Will, he's actually our speaker and also my brother.
Everybody say hi to Will. Great to have you here today. We promised to leave you time to share. Thank you today. So last week we got a little excited with our fellowship and ended up sharing great things together for like the whole time. We're not gonna do that this week. And so we're gonna move through our fellowship time quickly and expeditiously. We'll start at this table right here.
Thank you. Enter a dollar in there because Daniel and I are very excited to announce that we will be taking over the coffee cart at the Crossroads Building. Crossroads Building. The former owner is moving out of town, so Mighty Fine is taking over, and our first day, come say hi. It's gonna be May 1st, Monday morning. We're gonna do 7:30 to 1, 3 hours.
Now you know where to get your coffee this week. Anybody else at this table? Welcome back.
That's good to be back. We just got back, my wife and I, Monday night, 2 days of travel, weather was great, and I'm happy to be back and ready to dive into the Rotary business, so see more of all of you. Thanks.
I think we've got some business we've been saving for you. How about this table right here?
So I watched a long video on trust the other day, and trust is a funny thing, and it's built in interesting ways. So one way I learned that trust is built in just little deposits, and one person I want to point out in this room is Dr. Houston sends super cool cards. Like my son Carson is tennis, and Dr. Houston was kind enough to send him, and I saw too, just cards and cool sign and paper and that type of stuff builds so much goodwill and camaraderie. So that just really challenged me to do more of it and just to do those little things that make a huge difference. So thank you.
Erica.
Yeah. I got all excited because for any of you who knew Gloria Raisley, she was my preschool teacher. And so every time I was with her, she would cut it out and send it to me, and I have them all saved. So I just so appreciate, like, those little things are so huge, and like the fact that, you know, some of those things, especially as a huge, that is so huge, and I think it was. So I've been busy writing grants, which is why I haven't been here, but one of the things that came across was like, there was a study done in Redmond on, I think, progress in the youth, said that they wanted more adults, basically attention. They wanted an adult that was kind of hearing their lives that was involved. So we're clicking on buttons, right? But so we're investing in our youth in monetary ways, but I also would just urge you to just I remember every time when I was going to church from being away at college, and there would always be at least one people that would look here, this was a cool, let's new, let's see, that's those things in the difference. And I think we can get, as we get into my adult lives, but that's.
Great reminder. For those of this microphone's a little quiet, so hold it nice and close like this. So we typically, George, I know we usually typically wait for you to the end, but you're at this table and I gotta end way up there. So we're gonna go with you right now.
Good thing. Okay, just a quick comment. Monday morning, the 24th, having my third, meeting with Gordy Toswell. So we're gonna get a quick summary of what we talked about in the first two meetings. Then I'm gonna head into unfunded liabilities and the problems that are. So if anybody wants to listen and critique what I say, I'm more than willing to listen to what you have to say. That's all.
You sure? Thank you. See some money out over here. Hey.
Just happy to be able to attend in person today, and I wanted to let everybody know that Bailey and I welcomed our daughter Genevieve on March 5th. We are both healthy, we're back in some sleep.
Congratulations.
So how much did she weigh and how long was she?
8'14", and she was 21.5 inches long.
8'14", 21.5 inches long. Sounds healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Marv.
My wife taught me how to ask that.
I just got back yesterday and it was a pretty nice day. I saw people out in the golf course. But today is nuts. Anyway, real happy to be back.
At least it's not white. How about this table here? Andy's got some cash on the table.
I was a guest at the mosque on Thursday with the first chief, and that was the first time I've been in a mosque where there hasn't been like an emergency, like something going on. So I was super uncomfortable in there, really welcoming to us, and they went through a bunch of stuff. We learned a lot about Muslim religion, and we were super happy to be invited there. And I would encourage others to do the same. They actually asked me to encourage others to do the same. Specifically mentioned that when you're there, that it is open to anyone and everyone at any time, and they're more than welcome to run people through kind of what their religion's about and kind of how it works. So I encourage people to do that. We have a lot of fun. But I just wanted to pitch again to save some kickoff stuff for those of you that don't know. And I wanted to give a huge shout out to the people that have helped us make this happen. George Wickstrom gave us a very generous donation towards Safe Summer kickoff, and we're very happy and very graciously accepted that from the city council 2 weeks ago. And Harry Brown's gave us a very generous donation as well. And we're very happy to be able to partner with these people to help out and make this event free for everybody. And for those that don't know, it's not necessarily in the flyer, so it's kind of but with the money that we're getting in donations plus the budget that we already have, our intention is to give away 100 free bicycles to kids, pass out free t-shirts and free food to everyone.
Awesome. You weren't at the board meeting earlier, you won't get it, but you really don't have a false spot.
Appreciate you.
Anybody else here at this table? All right, we go to this table.
So Dr. Houston, last week, I asked her to hold this up real close so that when I talked, you would know why people were laughing at it. So last week, he dedicated his Disney Goofy time to me. So I'm very pleased that he stuck with the theme this week with another Mickey Mouse time.
Are you ready to reply, or shall I go around the table the other way?
No, I'm gonna ignore him. Hey, have $1 for Dr. Speckles. He warned me that if I said anything contrary to what his thoughts were, he would annihilate me.
It wouldn't run fast. Anybody else over here? Is that all? There's more in there.
I'll throw a couple in. I know today's not all that sunshiny and maybe Christmas snow, but I will just say that I don't know about anybody else, but the last couple of nice days and even today and even last night, I've been able to get out and walk with the dog and run with the dog.
I don't know about anybody else, but I can tell you this season depression is a thing. And man, oh man, are we like, we're getting better there, we're getting there, we're gonna get there, so. If you have a little bit of glimpse of hope like I have in the last couple of days, hang on, it's still coming, we'll do it.
No, we can't stop it. Anybody else over here? Back table? Coming back and then with you.
I want to say a thank you to everybody that showed up for the musical, high school musical, and our foreign exchange. And I stayed with him for 2 weeks. And did an excellent job. Everybody did a great job. You know, there were lots of people that know lots of kids that they are. But I know that Houston showed up. There's Natalie and Kurt and I don't remember who else. It was very good. I'm glad it's so.
So just a few dollars in there, I'm just, yep, it's gloomy, it's rainy, but I noticed in my house today, how much greener the grass was and how much greener the trees are getting, so, or this close, so I'm happy for that. You, I have $3 there just because I feel like I have to acknowledge these 3 individuals, our gambling team. We are in the midst of our first ever charitable gambling audit. And, oh, what fun, right? These people, they do a lot of hard work to earn, their business in that role every month, but this month, wow, above and beyond. So, I just feel like they need to be recognized for the fact that. And we'll move on to, I believe there's a dad joke in here somewhere. It's all correct. I'm just showing up pushing the buttons. Why did the goalie have a lot of money in their account at Reliance Bank? They are a good city. With that, Summer, I understand that you are going to do an introduction for us.
I just wanted to introduce my brother, who I'm so very proud of. He is my baby brother, although much taller than me. Bet you didn't know you were gonna get embarrassed today. But I'm very proud of him. He is the owner and operator, along with his wife and his young daughter, Hazel, at Organic Compound, which is just outside of town in Kansas City. And their mission statement is, we strive to create a healthy planet where all life can thrive, and we embody these principles on the most every day. I'm super proud of this. Please warmly welcome my brother, Will Crombie.
Slides.
Sure. I guess it's like a cold one, maybe in a few more days it'll be a warm one.
To be used, this is hydration, I believe, so great.
Uh-oh, we need an adapter. I can go slide free.
There's one. In a box. Small ones.
Help us, okay? There's a little right here.
Small box.
Yeah, they get. First.
That's exciting. Little girl. Great.
Alright, getting there. I guess I'm kind of trapped back here. There we go. Can everybody see me or hear me? Is this good? Dropping out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, hey, welcome. Thank you so much. Summer and Nate, we're all really happy that you're in our community. Thank you for moving to Faribault and inviting me down here. I'll never turn down an opportunity to network and share my story. I think I spoke at a Rotary 5 years ago in Northfield, so I returned to the Rotary. This is like an hour-long presentation, so I'm gonna condense it down to 15 minutes. This is something that I presented at the Practical Farmers of Iowa this winter. So anyways, I'm Will Crombie and co-founder of the Organic Compound. That's our farm and our homestead. We raise chickens. We've got thousands of tree crops. We've got a huge community garden. We do monthly community gardens once a month on Sundays for the last decade, and just thousands of trees and animals. And that's my wife, Carly, and my daughter Hazel, and my son Arrow on the left. And here's one of our annual hazelnut harvests that we do every year. So we got about 42 acres of hazelnuts and another acre of elderberries. These are elderberries growing. That's when they're flowering. So the elderberries are coming up right now. You actually cut them back to ground every year. It's fascinating. They grow from nothing to 6-7 feet tall and just have these huge umbels full of elderberries. So that's us. We're really passionate about the environment. We're really passionate about tree crops. We call it agroforestry. So as a career, how I make my money aside from the farm is I'm a filmmaker and a digital marketer. So I work with organizations like Regenerative Agriculture Alliance, and it's getting crazy out there. Nature's coming, and Savannah Institute and all these different organizations and food brands that promote alternative food crops and sort of ecological farming systems. So, oh, there's a real delay. Takes a second. I'll just adjust my. Oh, okay. I'll start clicking before I even have the time that. There's our garden that we started. This was my mother's garden. So we were raised, Summer and I were raised on this farm, and then I took it over about 10 years ago. And in that time, we started a food brand called Tree Range Farms. So we raise chickens under tree crops. We're sort of reforesting lands or taking unproductive farmland and putting it into production by raising chickens under them, because chickens are a jungle fowl. So historically, their evolution has been within and under trees, and that's really the healthy environment for them to be in. It's more natural environment. So we're raising them in these forested environments. So Tree Range Farms is our brand. I have 4 business partners on that, like a round of investment right now. We're raising $2.5 million, and we're in almost every co-op in the Twin Cities and working our way into the schools. We've been building this brand for about 7 years. And there's a picture that I took yesterday in my studio. So I had to throw that in here real quick. There's a mic in my hand that works sometimes. There's my 3 other business partners: Jim Kleinschmidt, Tony Wells, and Rachel Hasler-Buckine. You might recognize some of those folks from the community. And And I'm a history buff and just like I love to understand the local ecology. So we're close to Big Woods, right? That was once, I think, 3,000 acres. The Big Woods was once 3,000 acres. And, you know, farming is in our culture, it's in our roots. That's my grandmother sitting on a cow. And that's my grandfather practicing an age-old tradition. And so, you know, if you really look back to the history of Faribault, you look back to the history of the land, and you look at what your ancestors were doing, it's a fascinating thing for me. I really love his history and ecology and the ways that farming and our landscape and our communities have evolved. So that's the story that I bring, this story of land transition and generational history. My grandfather started Polytex, you might be familiar with that company, manufacturing greenhouses in Castle Rock, Minnesota. And here's a picture of how they used to farm. This is from the Crombie side of the family. And it's just really fascinating to look at. And this is the oldest aerial that I have of our farm. And it's really cool. It's really neat to see how the land has evolved and how it has changed over time. You can see some of the, you know, straighter fence lines and more mechanized agriculture coming on. And then you can see my family's homestead being built, where Summer and I were raised. And when we took over, it was being. They're a trick. Yeah. How did you guys do that? Should I set it down? Okay. Yeah, so we took it over, we planted, I think 17,000 hazelnuts on it, the first year. So this was in 2016. This is what it looked like. It's a blank slate for us. You can see we had already been doing small experimentation on the land, sort of taking over little chunks as the time went by. And then when I met my business partners, that gave me that confidence to say that I'm a farmer. So throughout all this time, we've been teaching people that, you know, you can do something different with your land. You can be a farmer too. We've worked with Shattuck, we've worked with the Deaf School, we worked with Venture Academy and had students come out to the land. And the one thing that the folks at the Deaf School told me is they have like a system for, it's like a color system for the behavior of the kids, and they said they're always in the green zone when they're in the garden with us. And same with the students from the urban schools like Venture Academy. Some of those kids cry when they go home. It's such an impactful experience to get the young people out on the land. So that's what we've been doing, this combination of building food brands, working within the community to help build a strong food system and a strong agricultural community, and bringing young people out and just engage with the land and transforming it all throughout. So it's just interesting to look back, notice how there wasn't a forest in this section there many years ago, but now we have a forest. And that's because when my grandfather had it, it was his pasture. When my parents took it over, they ripped out all the fence, no more cattle were on it, and kind of a scrubby forest grew up over it. Now it's my generation and the next generation's opportunity to bring it into what we call silvopasture. So bringing these agroforestry practices into farming. You know, cows need shade, chickens need shade, animals need to be out on the land, and we need to clean up our waters and hold our soil. So farmers all over the Midwest, working with Savannah's too, working with the Regenerative Agriculture Alliance, people that are growing for tree range chicken are adopting these practices. And I'm sort of one of the leaders in our community, especially in the realms of creating media and marketing. There's Summer. I bet you didn't know you were going to be in there. Although my frosty just a little more embarrassing. It's kind of hard to see, but these are the roots. This is where it all started. It all started with one garden for us and a passion for organic gardening, and somehow it's evolved into being an owner of this food brand and having my life revolve around making content for food brands and having people come out to our farm and have these experiences. So I know we're probably running out of time, so I'll just kind of cruise through some of these photos that show a little bit of the evolution of what we've been doing on the farm. Transitioning the land, building the barns, and, you know, experimenting with these chickens at an early stage. And this is my business partner, Rady's original test plot, so that's what it can look like over time. And, yeah, we're getting these chickens in the markets, and for a while there, we were the biggest organic garlic farming operation in Minnesota, and that, you know, that's alley cropping between the tree crops. There's an opportunity to plant trees between alley crops, so folks that are doing corn and soy in the community can get trees back on the landscape, start to slow that water into infiltrate and hold that soil. So look to Savannah Institute for resources on that. If you have any farmers in your network that are looking for ways to improve their soil health. But yeah, we've got 11 farms now on our, you know, producing for our brand. And we've been bringing people out for tours and, you know, getting out, getting engaged in the community, growing the brand. Scientists are coming. This is where the slide is going to change in a second now. Scientists are. There are no scientists in that. There are scientists supposed to be up there. Oh, it's just like a sign from the table. We go. Good. Your
Can you use the mic?
your system doesn't like science. Okay, I'll give the mic a try. All right, well, there's an image of a TV show joined us last year, and just more images of the community gathering out there, and then there's a closing slide, but we don't need that. I think you get the gist of it. I'm a guy that likes farming, and let's open it up for questions. Yeah. First question here. Oh yeah, we have our chicken is in Just Food. And then we also direct sell our hazelnuts and our elderberries, and we're trying to grow like a national brand and have real impact in the industry. Our goal is to have like 5% of the market share in poultry in the US eventually. So, what's that? We're in Kansas City. We've got farms in Northfield, Wisconsin, Iowa. Yeah, next question.
When do you cut your elderberry in the mouth?
Straight to the ground. When do we cut the elderberries down? That's the question. Straight to the ground in March, April, before the sap starts moving. Yep. Who's gonna go buy the chicken from the Just Food Co-op after this talk? That's why we're here, right? I guess Summer first. Yep.
How many chickens do you have right now?
We raise 1,500 in one flock at a time. And tomorrow or the next day, we'll have 3,000 on the farm because we'll have 2 flocks running. And we can do that. We can do 3 flocks a season. So. Yes, you had a question?
You mentioned gardens.
Yeah.
Are there families in Faribault that are going there and selling like a farmer's market in Faribault, like we're buying what's being grown at the property?
Yeah, the garden, we use that to kind of cater events and to share at our monthly garden gatherings. And a lot of the community that's been built around those monthly garden gatherings has been like people coming from the Twin Cities to come and just experience a day on the farm. And there are some people locally that are engaged with us. It's more of a show garden and a let's have an experience garden than it is let's go to the market kind of garden. Yep, I'm more into trees and livestock, and I am the gardening is more for the homestead.
I have 2 questions. One, do you collaborate with organizations like sharing our books? And
Yep.
livestock?
Actually, used to work for Sharing Our Roots and was a big part in establishing that farm. And they were one of my media clients, and that's where a lot of this work stemmed from. Originally, when it was called Main Street Project, that's where Reiki housed this research. And then we broke that off and started the Regenerative Agriculture Alliance, started Tree Range Farms and Tree Range Chicken and Food Brand. What was the second half of that question?
Livestock, yeah, what? You have cattle, pigs, sheep.
We've had pigs, and we aspire to have all of what you just said, but right now we're just focusing on the chickens. On a small scale, we do have our own eggs for the home, but our system is too cold to do year-round production. So like the values of tree range require more of like a more southern state that can ethically produce tree range chickens year-round. Because if we were to say, oh, it's tree range chicken and selling our eggs in the store, they'd be indoors half the year, so it doesn't align with our values. So we're building this Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa hub. And then as the brand grows, we're starting more hubs. We've developed an online training, we've started a nonprofit, we purchased a processing facility in Stacyville, Iowa. We're sort of positioning the brand, nonprofit, and focusing on building hubs to build the brand.
How long does it take to bring a chicken to market under your tree range method compared to commercial?
Yeah. I think commercial breeds are closer to 40 days or under 40 days or something. Ours are closer to 70 days. So it's a little bit more time. Yep. All right, chicken and farming questions. I like it. You want questions, don't you?
You supplement the feed for the chickens, or is it just tree breed?
Yeah. We feed them for sure. You couldn't just put them out there and say, eat some bugs, good luck. We gotta feed them. So we do pretty standard poultry mix, or it's organic. We get it from Cashton. We have some other partners developing their own milling operations in southern Minnesota. So Cashton has been our main supplier for organic feed. And we also work with people like Ben Penner and other folks that are growing whole grains, because then we sprout those grains in the paddock or just soak them. And we supplement their feed with those whole grains. We give them the typical ground feed rations, and then we plant things like comfrey and other broadleaf plants in the paddock that they just decimate and pack them on to nothing. So we diversify the paddocks, we give them supplementary sprouted grains and whole feed ration.
How do you deal with predators?
The predators are mostly coming in the middle of the night. We have a fixed barn operation. So that's the difference between us and some of these other pasture raised operations that are out doing chicken tractors or something like that. We don't have as much of a predation problem because we have that fixed barn infrastructure, and because we're growing that canopy over the top of it, which is creating the coverage and the protection from aerial predators that they need. So that's kind of the beauty behind our system. Is it's this way that we can transform the food system while having an industrial scalable model that can also get more trees and get more animals back on the land, as opposed to large scale 100,000 coop barns, where the chickens aren't living to their full potential. And there's more nutrition value, there's more environmental values to a smaller scale but scalable system like what we're creating. Hey,
What do you do with those hazelnuts?
Yes, yeah. So what we want to do is we want to work with Mighty Fine, and we want to work with like someone like Jarrett Farms and his maple syrup, and potentially make like a cold brew with nut milk and local maple syrup and develop something that Mighty Fine can put on their shelves that has these local ingredients. So then we're slipping that concept back into the community, supporting our local farms, supporting local brands, and helping build more products for Mighty Fine to serve as they scale up.
Same
Yeah.
question with elderberries, are you doing
Oh.
like elderberry syrups or?
Yeah.
Or?
Yep, so I've worked with Terry Durham and River Hills Harvest. I helped him build his online training and help him with his marketing as well. So he's got a very robust company that is growing like crazy, and he has farmers all over the Midwest. So it's kind of like in tandem with what we're doing with the chickens and what we're doing with the elderberries, is just working with the premier growers, working with the food brands in the region, and then doing our thing on a small scale for organic compound as well. So, yep, there's a whole other story about hazelnuts too, working with the University of Minnesota, working with the American Hazelnut Company, and there's a whole community of people who are developing those markets and those breeds of cultivars too for hazelnuts. It's exciting. It's a generation, it's a long-term strategy for sure. And we need more people to be collectively working towards building these alternative systems. We need more non-renewals and more funding. Because we don't get subsidies. Oftentimes we don't even get insurance. It's hard for even an apple grower to necessarily insure. So these niche woody tree crops, they need a lot of support as far as infrastructure in our communities, processing capacity, and then the branding and marketing. So that's the role that we've been playing with primarily the chickens. And then as the business grows and as we continue to network in this realm and help the universities and other brands, we can plug Tree Range into that, Tree Range Farms into that, and diversify our product too. Summer.
Can we find you online?
Yes. Just Google Will Crombie. No, don't do that. Definitely don't do that. TreeRangeFarms.com, organiccompound.org. Connect with me on LinkedIn and all of this social media platforms. If you're on TikTok, you can see my good morning chicken skits. I'll post them on Facebook for you. Don't worry. Well, I'd say that's a wrap, right? Any one last question? No, we're good. The timekeeper's approaching this one.
Thank you so much, Will. I apologize for the technology.
That's all right.
Hiccups.
You missed like 4 slides. You missed one more good family photo.
All right, well, thank you very much again, and Rotarians, thank you for being here today, and welcome to Good in the World. We're here.
Give me your eye.
Usually have that room.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm Dick Houston. Dick Houston, that's cow doctor. You're a cow doctor? Ah, that's why you're asking me what else I got. I like these chickens. So they don't need. Chickens. I think need a better. They usually help on fall. Yeah. It's important. This new that you talked about alternative. Somebody gave us a little. That's a problem. No. So I they signed up, I'm giving money. Buy a very plant. If Don uses. Okay, cool. Their own prairie plant. But the idea that you know, you can have pollen. Or you under that. And we're going home. And this. So kids go. That's so good. Cool. Yeah, be a good experience. There was a lesson we learned there a few years ago. So I'm watching. Give some kids plants to take home. That many acres. I don't know what it's called. I just discovered it. I was fascinated, yeah, about the hosting students, talk about lunch. So they can meet with them naturalists, take the tour, come to my farm and see how. They would, wow, so it's. You know, treat them. That's my history. It's a great program. Have up to that experience. Just connect with the teacher. Okay. Maybe I can come and be there. Present. Yeah, we'll try and. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not doing the presenting. Yeah. Involved more. About it. That was my business plan. For breakfast. Okay. We good. Like some tea. Now, yeah, we do something later. Right here. I planned about. That's a big pot of details. No, dirty. Primarily. Yeah, I mean, so I did 2,000. I did 12,000. Yeah. Several thousand. Locust, honey locust. Is that? Wildlife. Yeah. And what's been coming up naturally? Crab apples that look like coming up naturally. Eastern red cedars, box elders. Isn't that fascinating? Well, how those some parts are. Yeah. When I first planted, the other two. I have 10,000 box elders. My hands and feet. Yeah. Yeah. I can get like 100 box elders. Yeah. Nice. No, it's not right. But now, you just gotta cut it back, I think, for so many years and then. And I cut back to them. Yeah, I've done a lot of work with goats and cutting in the forest. Yeah, forest. The forest is weak, and then a broad acre, yeah, a lot of wheat trees coming up. Yeah, but it is fun. It's good life. I got about 25 acres of that. You do, you know, great. So we got a 3-acre pollinated plot and they still 2 ponds. I have close to over. Really? We should have breakfast. I don't want to come to see your place. Yeah. I finished. Finished the last 70 meetings. 2007. Okay. And the trees are planted at the time. They're good. Yeah. Now I'm finished. How old were you? 99. I'm 86. You're 86 now. So you're in your 60s when you plan on? Wow. And you've got the money. Here's the deal, guys. Someone who's got it. Don't have a list. When I was born. But God didn't also on. Still working along. Right, yeah. Yeah, let's get together. I'll call you next week. Okay, just remind me your name again. Dick Houston. Dick Houston. Yeah, give me a call. Yeah. Come out now. I caught up in that. I'm gonna take this. Yeah. This is, it'll remind me. Okay.
Are you guys collaboratively doing it? We're so lucky or we have it. And I know this guy was listening going, yes, yes, yes. Bought my daughter and son, I think it's before. So happy that you guys.
So there's, I bring that. There's a Paul family and it's KAUL. From the. Yeah, you know, okay, and he can call. Oh, she was a call? Okay. You're not.
Jones, baby.
Joan call.
Great.
She is? Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. We go, well, that's so it's close enough. So I get talking and then I come back. And it'd be like a name like Johnson, so it wasn't like a name you go, you don't hear that. And she go, oh, well, they had a last name, so it's like, yeah, Johnson.
What's your name?
Gail Catterley.
Gail Catterley.
So I'm on the program committee, but I'm at South Central College with their foundation.
She has a cake. Kate? So
He's on,
much.
he's on my board, so I'll. Yeah. Well, I've got to figure out some more programs.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. All right.
You don't know what you don't know what's going on.
I know, right?
Thank you for. Well, you always need to, yeah. But the relationships that you build, assuming because of your other position, the titles kind of go, yeah, you were led it. That's sweet. Well, I'll be looking for anything on this, oh, and it's all.
Great. Where do you want to go? Dick's trying to get me in. Thank you so much. Oh, the chicken track. Yeah. That's the way it is. Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's got a chicken.
Yeah.
Which is better than beef.
Yeah.
But he has brain.
Other than that.
Want to see him, the big fluffy one. It's tall, big,
Yeah.
and it stings out in the hand.
Yes.
They have lots of.
Hey, Bob. Hey. Good to see you too. Thank you. Thank you. See you next week.
So do you guys buy your chickens and then have them as little chicks? and-
Yeah, we ordered day old. Yep.
Yeah. Is he? That's Deloach.
That's first name.
Oh.
Cause you went to school with him, right? You class.
I didn't know, he's very shy. I just know his name.
Yeah.
He was on our bus trip though. No, he was. I know, I seen him first. You're probably right. Oh, wait.
One time,
Aaron.
he pulled over me and Andrew had a warrant for a parking ticket on Eiler Avenue, Henry.
Oh.
We got it married us. And he had to take him to jail. And pay the parking tickets, so I drove his car home the extra mile, and I was like. Parking tickets, I gotta do it. That's the last time I saw it. Yeah.
Bison pulls his tractors through pastures.
Yeah.
And then they fertilize the pastures, they
Yeah.
go, and he grows turkeys too, so he has those.
Whoa.
And then, pulls them through the pastures and through the garden to fertilize.
Yep.
And then the cows come along behind and he ropes them off and
Where is he?
he's in Missouri,
Oh.
a little farm, yeah. But anyway, that's what he does.
So
And he
he
just
can do
fertilizes
these
his
year-round.
stuff year round.
Yeah, that's.
And then the pigs are down by the creek and they're in the woods and stuff, and the chickens go back there,
He's your next, your future
The egg
free
farm.
range.
Yeah.
But he's cutting down because the squirrels, he's only got one at home and she's going on for a nursing degree. So they're in couple, nobody to take. She'll go back to it, but it would depend where they get married, whether the husband wants to break.
Yeah.
But anyway, they built this up, so.
Yeah.
But he put solar panels on the barn. He built a chicken coop that held 200 chickens and stuff, and so he has all that up there, and the barn, the solar panels heat the house and everything, and he's getting money off of that now. And then he built a trenched under their barnyard driveway, and he has a wood stove heater out there. And so he fills it in the morning and at night, it heats up their hot water, and so he does all that, but they have enough woods that he cuts down
Yeah.
his wood. and just- Yeah. Yeah, now in the summer, when he doesn't need all the heat to do everything, he'll not stoke the wood all the time, but he'll turn on his waterless,
On demand, electric.
Yes.
Yeah. I wanna do that, our house, our boiler for.
but he's a master electrician, so he does all that stuff. He just rebuilt his home. It's got an A-frame with a on inside and stuff. The raccoon, the chickens out from under the trailers too.
Great
So-
hearings.
Yeah, Great Pyrenees, that's what it is.
I'll leave you with that, I got another meeting coming up. Yeah, thank you for meeting.
Oh, there's nobody here. We put that on our Facebook account. So, oh no, I've got to figure out how to do that, so I will be here. I'll get one, hopefully not free. Yeah, and the girl who doesn't have been here for. So. I'm certain he was going to do that, but he wasn't here for the meeting today, at the board meeting, and then he had to go. So. Just like, now I'm on my own, and I didn't know he wasn't gonna be here, and I don't know how to do this. Yeah, let's put the bar, if you're logged in, I can definitely help you if you need it, because I think, yeah, I've got a paper here. Oh, that's all, I have to look. Should we put my, it was right here. Maybe they put it out in the hall. Yeah. What are those little donuts? I mean, oh, you can those, yeah. There's like a million of them. Yeah, I saw that. I think I have to grab one. Yeah, absolutely. Take as many as you like. I lucked out now having to put those up today. Do you want to play it? Yum, those are so good. See if I can figure this out. You guys like to keep these? What are they? Oh, yeah, you can just lay them on top of that box, it's like in between people. I don't know what they go to yet, but. Okay, I'm not sure what I need to do with this stuff. Let me see if I can read here. Well, this doesn't say anything about downloading it to the. Gosh, you know, I'm gonna leave you every time. I know. I know, and I'm just learning it. But the girl who learned it, that I was supposed to be helping, she's not been here for a month or more, so I just don't know. I guess they think I'm a quick learner, but I'm not. I have not downloaded it to this yet, so I don't know how they expect me to. I don't see any place to download this to Facebook. Unless I'm missing it. Excuse me. Excuse me again. I don't see anything about Facebook, but we're supposed to download it to my Facebook account.
Is it the actual Rotary Facebook
Yes.
account?
Yes. But see, I'm not even sure what I need to get out of here.
Okay, so
The disc
do you
is-
mind?
No. That was his presentation. It was from a flash drive. There should be a place that we download it.
Recording. Oh, it's still recording, it says.
It shouldn't be.
Hmm.
We're done.
And
I took the camera down.